Sorry guys, I think I turned the wrong valve over here. What's this? Welcome back. Now I know what you must be thinking. How is this handsome man gonna teach me anything? Well, with some good, strong advice, yet a soft, gentle approach, you'll have the best of both worlds. Today we'll be going over some more basics I think you should know. Jared, pay attention. Always wear your helmet whenever you're utilizing your equipment. A lot of people also like wearing AirPods underneath these. That's at your own risk because they're not allowed. The diesel tank for the pony motor is usually close to the pony motor. Make sure to inspect the diesel level because gauges will lie sometimes. Any door that you have opened, make sure you close them before you leave all the way around the trailer. Hauling cryogenics is hazmat, which means that you do have to stop at all railroad crossings and you cannot sleep on the side of the road. By that I mean off ramps, shoulders. To load or unload, there are latches, just like on dry van doors, to secure the doors. That way you don't get smacked on heavy winds. Don't leave your tools just anywhere. During operations, it could get very cold, making it low visibility and hard to see, especially in high humidity environments. Now, I'm not saying there's a right way to do it, but there's definitely a wrong way, like putting it over here or down here because you'll forget about it when you leave. So I like to put it specifically in this little cubby hole where it's accessible. Any access port has the possibility of having built up steam inside of the plumbing. It could be from a faulty valve, maybe not tightened properly. It could have a little bit of play like this, allowing a trickle of product in there, or it could be residue. But there is a specific bleed valve to make sure it's not. So before you take this off, look for the bleed valve to release any excessive pressure that might be built up inside of it, to dump it out. That way you could access this, but just remember to close it if you no longer need it for operation. For example, here's the offload port, and this is the bleed valve for it. Most modern facilities will have a scale that you'll load on top of to know when you're full, but if not, you'll have to go off of this liquid level gauge to know when you're full. But things like saturation, altitude, and product can cause this number to vary, so use it more as a reference guide. This next step is specifically for whenever you have an empty tank, and it's indefinite whenever you know you'll reload again, or if you're dropping a trailer. You want to turn off the road relief valve. That way you can maintain pressure inside of the trailer to avoid a hot tank. Always look for leaks because they're hard to find unless you're really looking for them. You could usually tell from excessive bubbles or freezing. When it's time to remove the cover, you use a brass hammer and hit on the ears of the cover like this, and making sure that you alternate between at least 2 ears in the direction of the force that you're impacting. Once you've broken it loose, continue with your hand. Don't keep hitting it with your hammer. It's causing excessive damage to the cover and to your hammer. I know you don't need me to tell you this, but this product can get very cold. Therefore, whenever you're handling the cover, you don't want to put your hand underneath, because you and I both know how gravity works. It goes down. And if your hand's down there, it's bad. So efficiently and safely is utilized from the top. Before you commit to connecting the hose, you want to check these seals first, because if you don't have one or if it's severely damaged, it will cause excessive leaks. There are seals that are made of other material, but I prefer this one because they're way more durable. Just like your tools, once this is removed, you don't want to keep them here, especially because this can leak and make this freeze down here. Keep it out of the way in a predictable, consistent place. This fill cap is a 2-piece system, so if the threads aren't moving no more, make sure you're not forcing it closed on this. You want to use something like this because it's really hard to pinch things with gloves. That way you can pull this out and close it completely. That'll make sure that you don't accidentally spray yourself later realizing that you didn't close it properly. One major difference between opening and closing is that when you close it, you don't want to put too much force on it, because whenever things are cold, it contracts. When it heats up, it expands. Considering that we just finished flowing through here and it's all cold, it's going to expand later, making it super hard to open if we tighten it too much now. When you're transporting a hose, usually you'll use 2 hands. I can't because I'm holding the camera, but you'll have both hands holding it this way. Away from your face, always upright, so if any product is in there, it doesn't hit you. You don't want to let it just go down because it will fall on you or anybody near you. So you want to keep this up at all times. If you're at a customer facility and your hose isn't fitting, don't pull out the adapters. Check to make sure that yours says oxygen and that you're at an oxygen tank. If they're not compatible, it means you're at the wrong place. If it's time to put this away and there's still product in the hose, there is a way that you could pour it out, but just make sure it's not facing you or towards anybody or equipment. You could pour it out by facing it downward. Eventually it'll finish, and then you pick it straight back up and you put it back away. If you're utilizing work lights, make sure that you turn them off before you leave. These can be very blinding to anybody that's driving behind you. If you're suspicious of a leak but you can't find it, check the flanges. They are capable of leaking too. They have an internal seal that's squished in between. But if you're frozen over, do not try to tighten these bolts, because these tend to get frozen inside. So instead of actually making any progress and squeezing the seal together, you're actually just going to end up breaking both of the bolts and making it worse. If you open the doors and you need to move, make sure you close them again before you do that, because this actuator won't let you unless the door is closed and activates it. Before you offload, you want to ensure that you deflate your trailer airbags. That's going to allow all the product to come out. Whenever you are done, you want to reinflate the airbags to ensure that you don't damage your tires under your wheel wells or a rough ride. The other style of air suspension dump is this, push and pull. The sample line is for the facility to see if your trailer has been compromised or contaminated. This is not a rule per se, but my advice to save you a failed retry test: open the valve a little bit while you're connecting your adapter for the sample line. That way you get the fresh sample from inside the tank and not the sample from what was in between the line and your valve.